The sweat dripped from his forehead as his hand tried to stop the shaking, as he chiseled the ornate stones that was to decorate one of the walls of the monastery. It was a hot summer day, and the memories of Moss Crest was plaguing his sleep. Gerrick did his best to focus on his work, for he got paid by every stone that was successfully completed. These ornate stones that he was assigned to do took a day and a half to complete, if he was lucky. But the shake, they were coming on him bad. He could not afford to make any mistake.
No, not now, please. I need the money to rebuild my home for my family.
Gerrick thought about the home his family lost in the fire that burned down Moss Crest. The smoke and embers filled the street. He had to get home. He had to save them. As he ran the maze of fire and stone, he could hear the arrows flying over his head. He could hear the sound of battle fast approaching as he caught sight of a skirmish to his left out of the corner of his eye. The swirl of green and black smoke, sound of steel hitting steel, but most of all it was the screams. What could a man do to another man to make him scream like that? Gerrick thought, as the dull thump of the battering ram grew louder as he got closer to the city gate. He knew the defenders didn't stand a chance, but he had to get home to save his family. He turned the corner onto his street, and he heard a horse gallop up fast from behind him as he felt the sharp pain of a mace hitting his back. Then everything went black. Gerrick, are you okay? Asked the foreman. Gerrick blinked as the memory faded from his mind.
Yes, I am okay. I'm sorry, I had to gather my thoughts.
Good, because the boss wants you to do an important task once you are done with this stone. You are to carve the statue of Andraste herself. As the foreman walked away, a smile grew on Gerrick's face, as he knew this was the opportunity he was waiting for. They recognized his talent.
And I hope you enjoyed the video and the time lapse. It was really fun to make, and we are back in front of the monastery meadery with Mr. Ed. A shout out to Dressrower for the name of the horse, so thank you very much for replying in the comment in the last video. So let's hop on over to the monastery part. The first part of the build I'm going to show from the time-lapse is the warehouse. What's really cool about it is that it's built into the wall itself, the outer wall, and I just thought that it would bring in a little more detail into the wall and the building of the warehouse. And as we go in to the build, you will see a lot of dark stone. I thought that that would be pretty interesting to make the stone seem wet. And I've also used a lot of victory mod blocks as well, including on the table a honey pot, which is a shout out to the author of the victory mod, Filthy Coin. I spoke to him in a comment before saying that it'd be cool to have some signs and more jars and like honey jars and stuff, so he added those in just in time. And I'll be featuring some of the blocks in a review video of the victory mod. So let's go on up the ladder to go take a look at the upstairs part of the storage area. What they do is throw a rope down and basically lift it all up into that area. So with all the small details of the build using the Conquest Reforged block and the victory mod together, it just adds so much more to your Minecraft build. This building here that I'm going to show off is the bell tower. On the first floor it's empty because I'm not really sure what I should be putting in there. So let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas on what I should do to furnish it, fill it up with. For now, it's just blank space. And for now, the second floor is just decorated with the bell as you saw, just to notify anyone coming in from the road that any visitors are coming, maybe a royal visitor or a pilgrim or whatever. They just ring the bell to let the monks know that someone was arriving. This building here is the almhouse. Now in medieval time, almhouses were basically halfway houses for the poor, a place for them to stay, but since in the previous videos I've built cabins for people to stay who are visiting the monastery, there wasn't really a need to build like a bunkhouse as well. So the purpose of this is just to really find jobs, find work, or even get money just donated from the order to help the poor as well. So someone would come in and ask if they'd want a job or anything, or any work nearby from message boards that were picked up from whoever travels around to different towns and cities, or even aldermen who would come in and give news of any work that's needed. I also changed the stone of the building as well, just to make it look a little different. So the scrolls are just sitting there just as if there were a bunch of work that needed to be done, as somebody could walk up to the window and tell the teller that they need work for money or work for food or whatever needs to be done. So this building here turned out to be a dining hall. I was originally going to have it be the temple of the monastery, but I decided against it because it was rather small. So either my options are putting the temple up there on top of the hill, or on the cliff side over there, and maybe part way into the cliff, which would be pretty cool. So let me know your thoughts below in the comments and what you think is best. Now, over here on the side, maybe I could do a pond or something for the village, but because the building was small, I decided just to go with a dining hall. So let's go right on in and take a look. Being a small dining hall, it would be just for the monks that live in the monastery. And at the head is the two seats that symbolizes for the two founding members of the order, Brother Dorn and Willem. And so they have their own spots there, as well as the flag of Andraste. And this other cool thing that I found, it was a painting of some Celtic forest goddess. So I thought I'd throw that in, as well as this medieval painting that's here. So it's a rather small dining hall, rather simple, being from a simple life. They don't have furnishing like glass or fancy goblets or anything, just 4 cups. And up here is a tapestry, a medieval tapestry that I thought would be pretty cool. That would symbolize the Colovian Empire. Until I either design something better or find something different, but I thought that'd be pretty cool to add in as well. So here it is, the Runestone Monastery Dining Hall. One cool detail from the Conquest Reforged mod is the quarter block, which can be used as trims, as you can see here. The final building I'm going to show you is the kitchen, which uses a lot of detail from both the Victory mod and the Conquest Reforged mod, including these tiles here, which are Gothic tiles which match the yellow of the walls of the kitchen, as well as the floor. And I just thought it'd be pretty cool to add in, as well as all these detailed blocks that we can use thankful to this mod. Now, there's a lot of hay on the ground. The reason for that hay is in medieval times, in homes and in kitchens and everything, they'd throw hay on the ground to soak up any blood from meats, anything that really just gets yucky on the floor, any dampness. So they'd throw the hay out, and after it'd be soaked with whatever wouldn't be good. So it'd be not only used for carpeting, it'd be used for basically keeping the flooring clean as possible. Now over here is the big oven used to cook meals for the monks. As you can see, there's a pig there, as well as a bread oven too, using the Victory mod bread. So there's so many details in this kitchen, like so many different workstations that I really enjoyed building using all these blocks. And this map will be available on Planet Minecraft once I'm done with the monastery, just so then you guys can come take a look at it for yourselves and see all the details, or even have fun building your own builds alongside of mine. So just be sure to upgrade to the 1.16 version of the mod, and you will be all set. So this last part in the video I want to show you goes mainly off the lore of the video in the previous video. I mentioned that the cave that the two monks stayed in was to the south of the monastery. The original video was to the west. So now I found a perfect cave to the south. So here we are. It's right up here. And coming in here, I did mess with the video, making it a little brighter than it was before. If it isn't bright enough, let me know, even though I am going to get a torch. Just let me know if it needs to be a little more brighter. I can mess with the gamma. But I just figured this cave here would be really cool to show off as part of the lore and where they found the runestone and everything. Just thought that that could be an idea for a future build, and with that, I do hope you enjoyed the video. And if you've stayed this long, thank you for staying with me to watch it all. And if you have any ideas for the future build, on especially where the temple should be placed on top of the hill or like against the side of the cliff, leave a comment below. Leave a comment, even just saying hi. I do interact with everyone who comments. Leave a like. Let me know that you enjoyed this content. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That way you can be here for more videos in the future and see update on notifications when new videos come out. So once again, thank you for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.